Hello everyone, and welcome to FS25 is finally here. Today we're going to test out some of the forestry options. We're probably going to do some chipping, and I'll show you how to set up for logging for base game. Currently I'm here on Hutan it's pronounced. It's a really beautiful map. I've found it's the best for logging and pretty much any type of land clearing because it has the most forests on it. And I just bought the place up by the sawmill up here, and we're going to be doing some land clearing. Now, I've already started messing around, and I found some of the trees cannot be processed by the smaller processor, well, because of tree size, but I do have some tips and tricks on how to process the larger trees, so I'll show those today. I'm just going to drop off the chipper here. Chippers for those annoying non-crossable trees. So I have, this is the bigger of the two machines. I have it with the dangle head, that's for moving the bigger wood around. I have the smaller 260 of the machines, or the 250, with the smaller processor head. It can still process these bigger trees, but you have to like start the processor from the opposite side and it'll look a little weird, but it should work fine for you. And then they didn't really give us a good buncher. They just gave us the John Deere, this machine. They just gave us this harvester, and that's good for like southern style logging, but I've found that, where is it? This will work for a buncher head until we can get some good FDR mods out, but I just stuck it on the bigger of the two machines so we have more counterweight to work. I am running joysticks, so it may be a little bit easier for me to run this, but we can start to make skidder piles like we've already done up there. Just easily drop the trees. Some of these trees, it says, were like a little too big. I found you can just raise up higher on the tree, like for example I think this one. So you might see it's too big. Yep, see, tree type is too big. So what you're going to want to do is raise it all the way to the top. It may not work if my machine's not high enough. See, you can go up to the top and still grab it, and then you can cut that lower piece with a chainsaw, and it should be an 8 meter piece. Should be able to still move that with a machine. And we'll just go through here and cut a couple trees down, and then we'll demonstrate processing. Now, I found that this machine can cut these little ones, but some of them you may have to do it in pieces, like the one to my right. I think this one it'll let me, yeah, this one will easily let me do it. So these ones I like to either throw into production and chip, and then the nice straight trees I normally just process and straight sell. So we'll just come through here, cut a few more, demonstrate. For venture head, it's the wood cracker head on the bigger machine. So for these taller chunks that you had to cut off at the top, you're going to want to buy a chainsaw, or if you have a tool shed, you can just run up to the tool shed, simply grab one of your chainsaws, and then run over to like these stumps and just cut it off at the bottom. I've already edited these chainsaws quite a bit to be able to insta-cut them, so the base game ones may take some more time. This one probably doesn't have much wood in it, so we're probably going to end up chipping this. Actually, I might build a... Oh, I can't pick it up, that's cool. Alright. Next, I'm going to demonstrate processing one of these bigger trees, and then we'll process the rest of those piles over there. So for these ones, you're going to want to try and cut it as low as it'll let you, so you can get the most amount of wood out of it. Timber! Alright. And then you're going to want to hop in your processor. It can be either of the two. And you're just going to want to find the almost tip of the tree, like that. You're going to want to grab it first, if you can get a good grab on it. Pick it up in your grapple first, like that, like you're not cutting it yet. And then you're going to hit cut, after it's already been grabbed. And now, before it said, this tree type's too thick for the machine, but oh look, now you can cut it. Might be a little funny out the end because it's not straight, but this part, you can easily process it now. And these are 6-meter logs. Now you don't have to worry about having to get a hole in the machine like that, see how it's too thick? But I just cut it from the other end. And that's a pretty good sized log for loading some trucks. Next, we're going to try some loading. We're just going to probably chuck it up here to the landing, and then whatever odd ones or weirdly shaped ones, we're probably just going to throw in the chipper. So with the difference between FS22 and FS25, it is slightly a reskin of FS22 with better graphics. It has better ground. The trees, to me, feel like they act a little bit better, like you can get a nicer log pile because there's like no collision spaces between them. They fit nicely in the truck. As for before, there was like weird spaces when you were trying to load a truck and they wouldn't sit right. So I'm hoping within a couple months after Giants Editor is released that I can get a couple good maps out for you, and then slide. Get a couple good maps out and try and get a couple edits of some of my machines from FS22. Definitely got to bring back the tree pimp stuff. Let's try and just make a pile of log wood here. It's just a quick demonstration how to process the wood for FS25. I found this is the easiest way. Chainsawing the wood just takes too long, and then all the other in-game processors kind of, in my opinion, suck. I am really glad that they brought base game excavators, at least, from Platinum Edition. I do wish that they would have brought back the shipping containers, because those would have been fun to use here on the hillside. And we would have been able to build it for storage, transporting pallets, all the necessity of stuff. So, I hope to make good content for FS25, and we're going to try and do some more collaborations this year. Try and do some with modern logging and make wiki plays. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one.